So I moved up to Madison from Benton, Arkansas in 2020. I was born in Massachusetts, raised in Arkansas. I'm 27 now. I moved up for EPIC actually, but my degree is in Emergency Administration and Management with minors in Japanese language and journalism. So I didn't take a single computer class in college, but EPIC recruited me, and I was really, really bad at it. So awful. I'm great at working with people. I don't know how to code. I don't want to know how to code. It's not for me. But I loved Madison, so I stuck around, and I was accepted to art school when I graduated high school, but it was a really expensive school, and I decided it was better just for financial security to get a more technical degree. But since I moved to Madison, I've been slowly and then suddenly very quickly working my way back into art. And so it went from painting on my kitchen table to this in 4 years, which has been really exciting. My dad's an engineer and my mom is a seamstress and an art teacher, very, very creative. And so I'm also very lucky to have grown up in a house that was very supportive of whatever random creative interest I had that day. And had I chosen to go to art school, they would have supported me 100%. And now that I am doing it more as a professional, it's always wonderful to be able to tell them what exciting news has happened and have their support. But then I feel like over the last 2 years, I've really settled into a style that works for me. I have found artists that are really, really inspiring to me, and I think I've been able to consider their work and find a way to use that as an inspiration while still having a pretty defined personal style. And I feel really lucky for that, because I think a lot of younger artists work for like years and years to have a personal style, and it's kind of something that I think just happens at some point. When you find it, you know, but it might take a long time for you to find it. And somehow I found it. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how. I would say Helen Frankenthaler, Alexander Calder, the sculptor. Castell Ayarca is a living artist in Chicago. He has a studio practice there. Frankenthaler and Ayarca have been major influences in my painting. They're abstract expressionists. Frankenthaler kind of revolutionized stain painting, where you let paint soak into raw canvas. And I really, really adore the texture that paint gets when it seeps into canvas and paper. And so I love watching videos of her working and seeing how she was getting these textures. And there's a video of her sitting on the floor on this enormous canvas, pouring paint onto it with an absolutely enormous glass of white wine. And I think about that a lot. And then Calder's sculpture, he invented mobiles. And just the way he combined form and color has always resonated with me, even since I was a kid. I was aware of his work and I loved it. And I think I found ways to incorporate the joyousness of his use of color and shape into my work, but still make something distinct in my own. So that is...
Oh, scared me for a second.
So this is knob box number 1. Each one I make has a serial number just to kind of track my own progress. I found this bag of red, blue, and black vintage knobs at Goodwill, and just them kind of crammed into a Ziploc bag I thought was an interesting color and texture on its own. And also intellectually, I know that knobs are very expensive, and so getting 50 for $5, I was thrilled. And then I thought, they kind of remind me of a Rubik's Cube. And I had this recipe box, and so I just decided to stick them on the box. And I mean, it immediately resonated with me. When I showed it to my friends and family, they also had kind of a natural positive reaction to it as well. And it kept going. It's the project I'm most passionate about right now. I actually dream about them occasionally, like just the act of screwing on 400 knobs. I think just because it takes so long to do that, I do go to bed and I'm still thinking about it, I'm still there. I think the biggest lesson that I learned, and that has now turned into one of my biggest strengths, is that you don't have to finish every project you start. There is value, there is learning in recognizing that something isn't working. And I think it's more effective to channel that knowledge into a fresh start than to just keep dragging on and plugging away at this project that even if you completed it, you might not like. And so I would encourage people to try things, take risks, and be okay if nothing comes of it. I often say, because kids on TikTok will sometimes tell me that I've used more paint than is necessary. Like on my really, really thick tactile paintings, I could have painted thinner. And I always tell people it's more wasteful to use less paint than you think you need and get a result you don't like than to use way too much paint and get a result that you're actually proud of and will display. So don't worry about efficiency, take risks, throw stuff away if it doesn't work, and just keep going.